Okay, now having a bit of fun with the power meter. This chap I'm passing now takes me on the next hill. Now, the power meter, the beauty about having a power meter is you can see exactly what you're doing at that particular time. Now, the guy just passed and I've got a mate of mine behind me. They haven't got power meters, so they don't know what they're doing. Okay, they don't know how much energy they're exerting at any particular time. So I let the both of them go by me, and then I pass them at the last minute and go for the KOM at the top. Now, just stop here a minute, wait for the bus, pass the bus, there you go. Now, the beauty of the power meter is, as I say, you know exactly what you're doing. Every minute you're on the bike, you can gauge it, so you can gauge your effort. Now, they don't only work well on long climbs, power meters, they work well on sprints, they work well on the flats when you're doing a pace line and you're up the front, and they also work well on these shorter hills. This is a short climb, but it's fairly steep, and a lot of the cyclists that do this ride, they use it as a bit of a power climb, so you can just smash up it. But you still got to watch it a bit because you can burn out as you get to the top, as you'll see in a minute. So here we come now. We'll just come down the downhill part. Go past that bus again in a minute. Now the first guy will overtake me and then I'll jump on his tail. Alf's still behind me. And then my mate, he overtakes me and this other guy and tries to go for the early kill at the start. Burns out as he gets to the top. Here we go, we're about to get the first chap overtake me, the guy. Here we go now, he's coming around, don't know who this chap is, but there we go. Now he gives it a bit, gets out of the saddle, thinks, oh, I'll put some power on him, see. So we're up to 400 watts. Brings it back down, it flattens out just a little bit here, so I'm on his tail. And you'll see he'll check to the left in a minute and see my shadow just to see if I'm still there. There we go, he's having a quick look now. There you go, so he knows I'm there still, so he then jumps out of the saddle again as we start. This is the main part of the climb now, this is the power climb. So he'll give it another nudge, and my mate will now come round the both of us. And I'll leave him go for a minute, because I know he's pushing too many watts. I'm at 450, 500, so my mate's doing close to 600 watts there. It's too much, you just can't sustain that. So he's gone, that chap's finished. Don't know who he was, but he's finished. And now it's just to reel my mate back in now. So I know I can just sit there on the watts. Just let him stay out there for a minute and I'll just sit on the watts. Now I can tell by his body language he is fatiguing a bit because he was pushing way too many watts at the start. 600 watts is way too much. So I can just hold on my 400, knowing my numbers, I know I can hold these sort of numbers. So here now I'm coming for the overtake, you just hold your numbers, you keep the power on as you're going by, and out for the win. And the win is just over here. And that is the beauty of having a power meter. Well and truly worth investing in one. Here's the finish line, and there you go. And that's the best way to use a power meter.